14 years ago, I was a co-founder of the Michigan Immigrant Rights Center. We are a nonprofit legal resource center for Michigan's immigrant communities. As a college student at Marquette, that I wanted to do some kind of work in solidarity with Spanish-speaking people, and really identified immigration law as an area that so many people had to struggle with, and have had the opportunity to work with farm workers, with other immigrant workers from all over the world, a huge diversity of clients.
What are the conditions, uncertain life that undocumented immigrants face?
Most of the same stressors and the same fear that undocumented families or families with mixed immigration status had around the possibility of getting pulled over, arrested for driving without a license because you can't get one. There are some important and more technical changes that have happened with the Biden administration around the way certain types of immigration cases are processed. But the law has not changed, and the fundamental mechanisms of the system that create such struggle for our families have not changed.
What are the numbers of people or families served by your organization? Are you receiving more people from South America, like is the case of Venezuela?
The population that we are seeing most of when it comes to, for example, asylum seekers right now is we're seeing more Cubans than we have seen in a long time, significant numbers of Venezuelans, significant communities from Mexico and from Central America. Also, a lot of unaccompanied children come to Michigan. Michigan has the two largest federal foster care programs, both long-term and then short-term before kids are released for children in federal custody. And so that's a population that we are really committed to serving at the Michigan Immigrant Rights Center.
Do you have any numbers for those kids that are coming?
Yeah, it varies depending on how long they stay in custody, but at any given time, there are several hundred kids, and they really have a variety of situations. But right now, the Biden policies at the border continue to mirror the Trump policies at the border. And so in some cases, families are sending children forward alone.
Asilo or asylums are being granted also to people coming from Mexico or Latin America?
Well, every case is different. The real challenge with establishing an asylum case is establishing that you have a well-founded fear of persecution based on a protected characteristic about yourself. And so the challenge for so many Latin Americans is that they fear generalized violence, or they are experiencing generalized economic oppression. And so it can be difficult, but legal assistance is really key, because as you lift up, it is not easy to get that grant of asylum.
How do you work as a nonprofits, as organizations that protect the rights of the undocumented families?
The nonprofit organizations really work well together. And so the National Immigrant Justice Center is an organization that I email probably every week about some question that we have or a client we may have accepted when they moved to Michigan. I do think it is a beautiful consequence of working against a big, complex, unjust system, is that the people who are in it with you, you really feel a sense of connection. And so when I came to Michigan in 2003, it was really to continue work that I'd begun doing with migrant farm workers in a legal aid setting in Minnesota. I feel so at home and embraced among Spanish-speaking people, and that's true in Milwaukee, in Minnesota, and Michigan. And I'm grateful to all those communities.